Hello, Leo. This is an angel messages reading for Leo, sun, moon, and rising. If you want to know what your moon and rising signs are, to get a fuller picture and watch those videos too, I have a link down below so you can put in some information about that, like your birth date and where you were born and things like that. Anyway, but for Leo, the archangels want you to know that Archangel Raguel is coming through. Archangel Raguel is the friend of God. The friend of God. So, and then we've got Three of Pentacles here. Three of Pentacles talks about working on something important. And it can't, like, this card doesn't necessarily depict other people, but usually it is about working with other people. And when we've got Archangel Raguel coming through, the friend of God, it talks about those types of relationships and working with other people in those relationships. If you're having some issues with people, of course, we're all going to have different ideas, but I feel like it's really important for everybody to express their own ideas and to express, it actually makes the project better. I never thought that when I had to do group projects in school, but by the time I got to college and you really kind of like get everybody's input, it makes things better. And I think it's Socrates talked about the dialectic. Like, one thing, this person knows another thing, and then when you discuss things between yourselves, like a third thing is known. And like that is expansion, that creates more. And that's why that's why Homo sapiens are the dominant species, because we communicate things, because we bounce ideas off of each other, because we expand our field of knowledge and our consciousness. We're able, and now even more, like it completely exploded, like once we were able to communicate with people across the world. And that's why things feel like they're moving so fast right now. So if you are stuck, if you are stagnant in whatever it is that you are trying to create, a lot of times this project can be, and especially when I get this card in particular, because you see that she is working on a figure, right? She's working on a body. So I feel like a lot of times this could be like a weight loss journey for you. And I feel like that it doesn't have to be. You could be actually sculpting something. You could be creating artwork. It could be a project at work. It could be your own side hustle project. But this is when you collaborate with other people, that helps you to reach your goals. And it doesn't even need to be, like, it could be just kind of like a challenge that you jump into. These happen all the time. Like, you see them on Instagram where it's like, hey, we're going to do a 30-day, push-up challenge, or we're going to do a 30-day, share what you're reading challenge, or anything like that. So it doesn't even need to be people that you know, because a lot of times you might be hitting a roadblock in what you're doing because nobody around you is doing what you're doing. That doesn't mean you're alone, though. It doesn't mean that you're weird or odd or anything like that. It's just, you are creating something brand new in your location, which is a fantastic service you're doing for humanity in your location. So it says, do what you love, recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors, being well paid for your craft, working with others, an excellent reputation. So all of those are true for you too, Leo. It's really, feels like this angel message is just telling you, you're on the right track with your work. You're on the right track with doing what you love. And if you're not being compensated for it now, you can be and will be in the near future. And then look at this, Three of Earth, the exact same card, but from a different deck. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality, and then be a team player. It's This one is kind of hard to see here, but there are actually other people involved in this deck. So there's a fairy here, and then there's a fairy here, and then I think this, I don't know if this is some sort of, oh, there's a fairy here. I was gonna say some sort of steampunk because it's a butterfly and these little bubbles that they have on the wing. It almost looks like there's people in them. Like they're transforming this, they're transforming a butterfly, which is really interesting. You know, they're doing another transformation on this butterfly and making it kind of into like a rocket ship, maybe? I don't know. You tell me, you're the creative one. You're the one working on a project right now. Like, what kind of creative project are you interested in? But it seems like, you know, again, working together with other people is very helpful. I want to go back to what I talked about with the like bodybuilding, like that, you know, maybe you're into Zumba or yoga. You don't have to bodybuild or lift weights, but it is, when you have a person or a partner to help you out with that, accountability is one thing, and that makes you accountable. So when you do a challenge, like, it's fun to share, it's fun to create, and it also gets your creative juices going. Again, like I was talking about with that dialectic, like that third thing is known, that comes out of that conversation for you guys. King of Water, trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. So open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. Very interesting. I feel like whatever you're working on is also very emotionally fulfilling, even though we're doing it maybe for money. Like, just because you're doing something, you deserve to be paid. Just because you're doing something for money doesn't mean that it can't be emotionally fulfilling. I see this a lot too. It was something the other day where I was looking up a new tarot deck and it was on Facebook and somebody was saying something about a money grab. Well, on Instagram, there is like this video where this music that small businesses, you know, they do their craft, and they play this music, and it's a song, and it's like, it costs that much because it takes me beep hours. And it's like, we don't owe you affordability. Yeah. You know, just because it is something that you created and fun doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be paid for what you did. Like, you put a lot of time and effort and energy into it. You've thought it well, you've thought it through, and you don't owe anybody else affordability. Like, okay, if somebody wants you to do something for them for free, well, you know, at least trade. Yeah, so that's been coming up a lot, that I've been seeing a lot for me, and I feel like, especially when we've got, well, all of these cards here, that you do deserve to be paid for what you're doing. As far as charity work goes, I mean, that is just like a flow of energy, and if you feel inclined to do it, great. If you don't, you don't have to. Like, but I also, you know, I also feel like it should feel good. It shouldn't be a guilt thing. It shouldn't be a like, somebody is guilting you into it. And other people, you know, they're like, I'm just getting this thought, like, you know, they say that like a preacher or a reverend, or I don't even know, because I don't go to church, even though whatever, but that they shouldn't be paid. Well, why not? It's their work, and they're up in front of a lot of people, and they are inspiring people. You should be paid for what you do. So if you have run into any of that type of negativity, like, that is their opinion, and that's fine, and maybe they won't pay you, that's fine. But there's also been studies done that if you give away free advice, like, it's not as valued as much, even if it's good advice, it's not as valued as much as advice that you pay for. And they've done studies as well, like in college, like, and I know this personally, like, when I got scholarships, like, I paid for my first semester at school with scholarships, and I didn't pay as much attention to my classwork as I did when I was actually working for and paying for that. So, you know, you should be valued and you should be paid well for what you do. You deserve it, is what I'm going at here, Leo. And new life, very beautiful. I feel like this is a breath of fresh air. I feel like, you know, just allowing new information, like from these connections to come to you, being open to that and understanding that you're also a part of it. Like, it's not just you getting a benefit from that. When you join the conversation, like, you're adding your own perspective, you're adding your own energy to it, and you're progressing everything as well. So that's what I have for you, Leo. I love this message for you. Again, if you run into any issues, contact Archangel Raguel, and be open to opportunities coming for you. Oh, and I also, with the King of Water as well, I almost feel like, you know, you stepping up and taking leadership in some way could be helpful as well. So even if you are in a group situation and maybe it's a work thing and your boss isn't progressing it, maybe you do need to step up and say, okay, well, let's set a timeline, let's do this, and start putting things together and stepping up into that role of leadership. I think you're ready for it. And maybe if it isn't like official, like you're not officially the leader, I think that it will be, one, great experience for you, and two, like letting everybody else know that, you know, maybe you should be promoted, maybe you should go to the next level, because I feel like there's also a level to, like, a new life, a next level for you, like leveling up, Leo. So love you, Leo. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next reading.